guys, it is October now, and I'm going through and looking at plants, checking on things, and seeing what I need to repot, what needs to be pulled up, and think about what to set out for winter. Here's just one of my little house plants that I've got ready for Halloween, and this guy works for Thanksgiving too. And I've got his little buddy, the pumpkin man, over here. There's a glance of my friend Alex real quick. She didn't agree to be on video, so I just made that super quick. Here's some other little plants I've got going, because whatever this house plant is that I got from Benjamin for Mother's Day, like 5 years ago, it keeps growing, and I haven't figured out where to put it yet. Here's some more of my decorative dudes. Here's the mint Jesse tried to kill. It is coming back. It smells great. I'm going to have to put some of this inside soon. I don't know exactly when, because this is Alabama, and like last year, 2 years ago, Christmas was still 70 degrees. So some things can stay outside for a very long time. Some things I might need to go ahead and move in just so I don't have to worry about when it does suddenly get cold. It's my spider plant. It's making a spider baby. Again, I'll put it in another one of these plants. If any of y'all want some spider plants, let me know. The beans I set out in September are actually doing really well. These are right at a month old. Like, I don't have beans yet, but I think the tallest vine I have had yet this year. These ones in the front aren't quite the best, but like, I mean, this one's taller than I am, so that's pretty cool. Jesse's blueberry, still not so hot, but that can overwinter and it can come back, so that's cool. I hope to get some beans off the bean plant before real cold weather gets here. And once again, we're in Alabama, so real cold weather might not get here till January, so I might have plenty of time for that. My cucumber, the shrew that was digging on it, has still been digging on it. So, like, I've got some really gray, dried up leaves. I've got recently 2 really deformed looking cucumbers out of it. Part of that is, though, it'll look like it's going to rain and look like it's going to rain, so I'm not going to water today because it's going to rain. And then it doesn't rain, so like 2 or 3 days of that, and then it's too hot, and so that's not good for the cucumbers. I did notice there is a little cucumber right here, so I'll keep watering and hope that comes out well. I don't see any more there. My husk tomato is starting to go. There are still a few under here, and I'm going to call that one a win for the year, because I've got several husk tomatoes out of it. I can't give an exact count because Lovey finds them and eats them, and it's like, hey, I had a tomato. And I'm like, well, I hope it was ripe. But, I mean, she likes them. It's vegetables, or I don't know if that's fruit or vegetable. It's a tomato based. The seeds are inside, so that's a fruit, right, you guys? Vine peaches, the shrew thing's getting some of it too. This one's starting to kind of yellow here. I think it's kind of go, but there is still some bloom here and some like fresh growth under here. So that's cool. Here is another one starting to come up. I've noticed they are getting smaller. They're not getting as big as they were to begin with, so I think they're ending production soon. My sweet basil is doing great. Like, I'm doing good with it. My tomato, there was one little tiny bloom right here. Do you see it? It was a bloom. It was very tiny. It's just a very twiggy looking tomato plant. So that was not a win for us. But I bought that already started as a plant. So I guess that's okay. Here is where some of the plants that I did not get to grow well, I dumped out their soil right here to kind of, so I could, if I'm doing something, I notice something needs a little more soil, I'd have some on hand. And apparently there were still some seeds that did survive in it. I think this is a watermelon vine. Do any of you know? So now it's trying to grow. My poor husband decided he was going to, what's it called? Pressure wash our little walkway here. See, there's a little washer. He pressure washed my walkway. He put all these plants over here to clean it up while he's doing it, and I'm over here like, you know I'm going to put those right back, right? Here is my fruit cocktail tree. It's doing some new growth. My 3 citrus type tree is doing good. I know I'm going to take those in soon because I know those are tropical type plants, so those need to be inside in my window. My peacock orchid, no flower ever came, so I don't know what to do with them. My carrots and lettuce I set out. Here are my carrots. I need to thin them some more, but like they're starting to come up. Like that one's got like little, like not sprout leaves, but like a real looking leaf. So we'll just thin some of them a little bit. If I'm doing this wrong, somebody tell me. But the general idea I get is just find some of the ones that are a little scraggier looking and pull them just straight up to give them more healthier looking ones space because they need like an inch between them. Lovey tried to help with the lettuce. If you'll remember, this was a sheet that went on top and it had the lettuce spaced out, and the paper has started to deteriorate, so it wasn't like holding it down or with making anything so it wouldn't sprout. But Lovey helped and wiggled all the soil around and dumped half the dirt out right here. So the few sprouts I had coming up there aren't doing so hot. So I'm going to let that sit kind of like that and see how it does. I need to water it. I know it's dry. My lemon thyme's doing really good. You can't smell this, but it smells like a bunch of lemon. It even makes my hands smell good. In September's update, I did not go inside and show what I have in front of the window, which is going to come into play hopefully in the next couple months. Ignore my mess in my big living room right now. I'm going over here so I can open the window. We've been going through and trying to downsize, and I also have a friend come over who's going to go to the flea market with me later this week, and we're going to try to sell some more of our things. So it's all kind of in this room right now. So here is my mint. This is just my plain mint that I need to turn around. A horrible scratching noise. It's doing well. And then I have my shamrocks. If anybody has any tips for growing these shamrocks, because these stems are a lot longer than I was expecting them to be, so I know I need to pot them in something different. Now, coming up, we are in October, and then, of course, going in November, and eventually it will get cold. My plan thus far is this big south-facing window here. I want to put a big long table in here, or maybe keep this small table directly in front there and then put another larger table behind it, and put a lot of plants in that I bring in that are potted ones at the ends of the window. I will put in maybe my citrus trees that I need to bring in, and then I'm thinking about doing onions and garlic outside so they can be ready in spring. If y'all have any tips or ideas, comment below, or reply. Click like, subscribe, share. Let me know. Thanks.